Shields up, Ironbreakers. How's everybody doing today on this fine Thursday morning? So, my apologies. I needed to work out ahead of the showcase because otherwise, by the time the showcase starts, I don't know if I'd have time to work out throughout the rest of the day. So, yeah, we did get a little bit delayed here, but welcome everybody. How's everybody doing? So I believe that the showcase begins at around 10 a.m. However, I had a link to it, but it's either been unlisted or I don't know. But there's something going on with the link that I had because it's not public anymore. So I don't know if they changed where they're doing the presentation. Let me see here. Also, let me swap this up to presentation mode. This footage that you're watching is from the first showcase. Hey, Omega Metroid, what's happening? Yeah, see, it's over here. Where's this? This is in a strange channel. Oh, I thought it was in the main channel. Okay, I have it here. All right, let me grab this. I can put that here. There we go. Now we're set. So it does say right here, subtitles for this video are available in English. So I'm hoping that is the case. Otherwise, we're going to have some problems. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Rurikhan, I want to ask, when is the demo that's on PS5, right? The demo is only going to be on PlayStation. Not PlayStation 5. I think it's PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. It's only going to be on PlayStation. But I believe the demo is going to be announced to go live shortly after the presentation that we're about to get. As you guys can see, the presentation is going to start in about 19 minutes. And I think that they will announce it either for today or tomorrow. That is what would make the most sense. The most like commercial sense. If you have a demo coming out, you'd probably want to put it together when there's an event that's got a certain amount of hype behind it. So that is what I would expect. But I don't actually know. You know, for all I know, the demo can come out like on the 20th or something. Could be completely random. Yeah, there's no crossplay, which kind of sucks. I wish they did crossplay. And if they didn't do crossplay, I wish they would at very least give us options for cross progression. We need more games with crossplay and cross progression. Got up early just for you? Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us in today's broadcast. Now, I don't know about you guys. I'm super pumped about this game. I know that usually it's not a good idea to get super excited, especially when it's a studio that's kind of like making their first foray into doing something like this. For those of you that aren't aware, Cygames, they're the ones who did Granblue Fantasy, which, by the way, that's a game that you can play right now. I've heard people ask, is there an English version? Yes, there is. You can play Granblue Fantasy, but be aware, Granblue Fantasy is a gacha game. But you can play it like on Chrome. You can just like, you see how there's a link here that you can just play on Chrome if you want to do that. It's just, I don't play gacha games. It's not really my thing. So yeah. Also another thing, if you guys didn't watch the video that I did recently about Granblue Fantasy, actually wait. If you guys didn't watch the latest video that I did on Granblue Fantasy, they currently have 7 episodes of the animation available on their official YouTube channel, CygamesEN, and you can just like watch the animation. I haven't gotten around to actually watching the whole thing because I've been really busy. I mean, you see me arriving 5 minutes later to a live stream. It's not because I'm farting around. I'm really just that busy. But yeah, you have the whole, not the whole thing, because the whole thing's like 13 episodes. You have the first 7 episodes available on their YouTube channel. So yeah, there's that. Hope for all of you the game will be amazing. Are you not hyped up for this, Kegrin? This seems like it'd be right up your alley. Rurikhan, how long are they making this Granblue Fantasy Relink? It's been years since they released the first trailer. I've been made aware of it in 2017, so this game's probably been in development for like 8 years. But the thing is, this game was in development initially in partnership with Platinum Games. And then eventually Cygames was like, no, we're going to go our separate ways. We'll take care of this project. And by the way, did you guys know that there's another game that Cygames is responsible for? You guys might be familiar with this game. Check this out. This is something that I always like to bring up because I think that a lot of people have forgotten this game exists. But it exists. This was something that was announced for like PlayStation 4. Let me actually pause this. Look at this. You guys ever heard of this game? This is also supposedly being developed by Cygames.
It's now time for we wolves of war to awaken. Fix your eyes forward, lest you overlook the traces.
And it is not a gacha game, as far as I'm aware. I mean, you mean Granblue? Granblue is not a gacha game. Granblue Fantasy Relink is not a gacha game. Granblue Fantasy is. Apparently this game is still being developed, team. So keep that in mind. Project Gam? I've never heard of that one. What's that? Yeah, I'm super excited for when we get to hear more about this one. But what's this? What's this Project Gam business? Oh, we don't actually have like footage. Okay, this is probably copyrighted even. I already screwed myself. The game that I showed you previously is only known by Project Awakening. And you guys were asking, are any of these player characters? Not these two, but most of the other ones. She's also not. She's Lilith. She's like the leader of a church. But like, when it comes to Granblue Fantasy Relink, so this game, Granblue Fantasy, this is a gacha. Granblue Fantasy Relink, the one we're watching, is not. But this is very different. This is like a mobile game. You can actually... They have screen grabs in here. Yeah, you can see these. This is what the game looks like on your phone and whatnot. But yeah, this is a gacha. This is the first game that they did. And this is the game that we're looking for. And for those of you that are curious, you're asking about characters. These are the characters currently confirmed that we can play as. Come on, baby. Give it to me. Whoa, what the hell? Please tell me my internet's not about to explode. Okay. Sometimes Portuguese internet is, I say sometimes. Most of the time, Portuguese internet is highly unstable. Worry, that massive dude that was shown before with horns, is that a player character? You mean homeboy over here? Where is he? He's at the bottom. This one? Vaseraga? Yes, this is a player character. You can unlock this and play as this. There's also this other one, which also has horns, which is this guy. He's also a player character that you get to play as. You don't really create your own character. You have these characters that you unlock. Yes, very much so. They've already announced 2 more characters that are going to be available in April. They're not in the website here. One of the new characters that they announced that they still haven't shown gameplay footage of, I think. No, did they? I think they showed a little bit. Was this one, Cagliostro? She's one of the new characters that was recently announced. The other ones are called Siphon and Taywin or whatever. Seofen. Wait, not Sofen. Seofen. Seofen Granblue. Yeah, this guy's gonna be another one. And then there's Taeyowen Granblue. She's gonna be another one. She's got a bow. She's an archer. The other guy's got like swords and stuff. So yeah, these are the other 2 characters that they're adding in April 2024. And that's probably when we're going to be getting some more content as well. I'm going to be going over all of the characters for those of you that are curious. So this is the main character. His name's Grand. They call him the captain because you can either be Grand or you can be this other character called Jita. Wait, do I have to click on her? Yeah. You can also be her, Jita. So these are like the 2 main characters. They fight with a one-handed sword. I'm assuming they have the same moveset. So yeah, these are your 2 choices for a protagonist. But you then unlock other characters you can play as. Lyria is a support character. You don't really play as her. Vern, same thing. And you have Catalina, Skybound Protector. She seems like a badass from what I've seen so far. She wields a rapier. And she wears heavy plate armor. I believe that she also has protective spells. So the characters, some of them are more supporty, some of them are more offensive focused, and some of them are more protection specialists. She seems to be more one of the protector ones. You got Rackham. This is one of the dudes that I might end up playing. I liked what I've seen of his gameplay. We've only seen a little bit of the gun guys, but I might end up playing him as well because he seems like he's really fun. Io's a spellcaster, and spellcasting in this game also appears to be very meaningful, as in she actually has to charge her big beefy spells. So like, I was talking to 2-6 and Paradise, and in their video, 2-6 mentions that like one of the combos that he's seen was one of the big protector guys come up with a shield, and then Io would stand in a shield and just free cast inside the shield, which is beast. You have Eugen. This is another gun dude that I'm curious because, you know, Gunlands. I'm curious about the gun weapons. We'll see how that pans out. But I don't know, because this is more about... he seems to be more in the long range sphere, whereas Rackham appears to be more medium range, close range. So that's why I'm thinking more Rackham. But I like this character design a lot more. I think out of all the characters, this character is the one that looks the coolest to me, personally. Which is why I want to play him, but I don't know, because I don't want to be playing all the way in the back line with a gun. We have Rosetta. I'm sure a lot of you guys will enjoy that. She wields like thorns and whips and stuff like that. Is it early for you? It's 9:50, so it's almost 10 a.m. It's actually not that early. This is actually the perfect time for me personally to stream. I love streaming at this time. It's just most people aren't up at this point, so I don't usually do it. Is the bet between you and Cowboy still on? What is the bet? I forget what the bet is. What did me and Cowboy bet? It is still on, but I don't remember what the bet was. I have terrible memory. Whatever is the bet that I made with Cowboy is definitely still on, but I don't remember what the bet was. Lancelot, he's like your dual blades guy. Twin Fang Prodigy. I've heard that he's also more like an evasive type tank. We have Vayne. Vayne's like your halberd tank, so he's just like an absolute beast with a halberd. See, that's my problem. Cool character that does not fit gameplay. What the fuck do you mean does not fit gameplay? What are you talking about, dude? He totally fits the gameplay. He's a scarred veteran. Of course he fights from range. Makes perfect sense. Lancelot is Mr. Never Stop Attacking. Yep. Percival, this might end up being my main. This might end up being my main because he's a fire dude. I like fire. He's got a flamberge. Seems like he's a badass. I'm going to check it out. This might end up being my main. The bet was that if the game gets over 90... What? What game? This? I don't remember this bet. I need to talk with Cowboy. I don't remember this bet. Did I say that this game was going to get a 90 on Metacritic? I might have made a mistake. This game's going to get an 100 on Metacritic. That's the mistake I made. No, I'm joking. Oh my god. But yeah, Percival might end up being my main. You got Siegfried. This is for all the greatsword mains out there. He's a big beefy boy with his big beefy greatsword. Charlotta is one that I'm very curious about. The thing that bothers me about this character is I wish he didn't have this stupid crown. Like, I'm sorry, this crown makes no sense. No sense. Remove this. I don't like this at all. I love the character. I don't like this thing. Okay? I think the character looks really cool, and I like her sword. Her sword reminds me a little bit of the Moonlight Greatsword. So, I think she's cool. And I think I'd like her playstyle. Will you be playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Most likely I will. What is this game? This game is an action RPG. You guys can actually see a little bit of gameplay here if you're curious. This is what the gameplay is like. See, these are the spells from the main character. This is Catalina. They showcase gameplay from all the characters in this short burst here. This is Rackham. See, Rackham appears to auto aim or something, and then he has these close range combos. Here's Io doing her spells. Like, the spells actually look really good. Like, look at this. Look at this supercharged spell she's about to do. And the spells have levels. Reminds me of Dragon's Dogma 2. Look at that. Boom. And then you have the other dude that I was talking about, Eugen. I might still end up going for Eugen. He throws grenades. Look at that. Big explosions. Bam. That looks badass. You have her with the whips and thorns. I think this is Rosetta. Yeah, Fairy. She seems to be like some type of supporty spellcaster. She has a whip and elemental effects and stuff. You're a Lancelot for all the dual blades mains. Slash, 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 slash. Listen, Kegrin, you would like to play one of the characters that's going to be coming out in April. She's a bow main, and she plays like a magic archer from what I can tell. And you got Vayne over here just like slashing away. Here's Percival. This, I think, might end up being my main. The one thing that I'm not a huge fan of is that he does have to charge his weapon. Here's the one for the greatsword mains out there. So the timing on this guy, by the way, I asked 269 yesterday. The timing on him is whenever he brings the sword back. So whenever he brings the sword back, there'll be a moment where you hit the attack and then the sword hits harder. And this is Charlotta. See, I like Charlotta because look at her sword. Doesn't it just remind you a little bit of the Moonlight Greatsword? And on top of it, she's like an aerial character. So like, look at her. Does all the aerial stuff. And this would be the character that Kegrin and all the longsword mains would play. The big Dami Mommy with a big-ass katana that slashes through everything. That katana also apparently transforms into a goddamn insect glaive. Like, look at it. Wait. Look at the katana here again. Watch. Wait. See, if you pay attention here, it's like a glaive. It's not really a katana anymore. Yeah, see, that's a glaive, and then it goes back to being katana. She charges it up. And then this dude, you can't tell me this dude is just like straight up Yoda from Star Wars. His name is even Yodara. Look at him go. Whee! He looks really cool. And then you have a Dragoon. I've also heard that Narmaya, Mr. Tummy Giggles has told me that apparently in the Granblue Fantasy game, she's constantly going, ada ada. The katana lady. By the way, guys, do remember, if you're enjoying the live stream, you can hit the like button. It really helps me out. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for joining me here today for the showcase of Granblue Fantasy Relink. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Yeah, this is Big Scythe Dude. This is the dude that apparently just keeps charging through damage. He doesn't give a damn. Look at him. And then, boom! And then you have Big Punchy Rage Dude. Looks like he's also got some counter mechanics. This guy reminds me of Akuma. Pow! But yeah, that is what the game is. We're looking at some of the characters. Like I said, we got Charlotta. We have Yodarha, the illusory fencer you guys just saw. Narmaya, that's Big Dommy Mommy. See, Kegrin, she's even got the horns. We have Zeta, the Crimson Spears. She's like a Dragoon type character. Art Sleep Lockhart, thank you very much for the souls. For becoming Ghostly Incandescent. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Bro, not the Ara, Rui. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Vasaraga. Got Fairy, the Spirit Maiden. Gandagoza. And Cagliostro. Okay, the showcase should be beginning shortly. When I say big, Siplexus, I just meant big as in Big Dommy Mommy. She gives off Big Dommy Mommy energy. I'm not saying the character's actually physically big. Oh, aren't you happy that I have this muted? Huh? Aren't you happy? Can you imagine your eardrums exploding right now from the YouTube premiere sound? Holy crap, dude. You guys should be thanking me right now, is all I'm saying. She actually tells you to call her Big Sis. Yeah, that's Big Dommy Mommy energy, straight up. Is this on Switch? No, this is only PlayStation and PC. The demo is going to be exclusive to PlayStation, and PlayStation gets like 3 days early access, but on the 1st of February, it's also out on Steam. I feel like the game could potentially run on the Switch, considering that it's been in development for like 8 years. All right, here we go.
Relink Part 2
All right. What the hell? We're recapping everything. Let me lower the volume a little bit. In-depth look at the game to date, including a chance to see something I missed, sorry. We'll reveal new announcements at the end, so stay tuned. I'm Emery Kato, the voice of Sierra Kart in Granblue Fantasy Relink, and I'll be your host for the program. Thank you for tuning in. And with me, I play Relink's main character Gran, as well as Lancelot. I'm Yuki Ono, so happy to be here. I'm Tetsuya Fukuhara, General Director of Granblue Fantasy Relink. Can you guys hear me good? Let me know if you guys can hear me good. I'm Yasuyuki Kaji, Development Director for Granblue Fantasy Relink. I'm here to dive into all the fine details of the game. I hope you enjoy. I'm sure we will. So first we'll go over today's schedule. What is Granblue Fantasy? Gameplay walkthrough, developer challenging multiplayer quests, special announcements. Okay. Okay, if you can hear me over the presenters, this is perfect, because they're speaking in Japanese, so I'm going to be live reading the subtitles. I want to see the devs play? Okay. The voice cast has had a chance to play last time. Yeah, they did this in the last showcase. So you'll be playing instead of me? There are some parts we weren't able to show before, and with release approaching, we're hoping to show them off today. Just don't show off too much. I want to have some surprises left in the game, dude. I can't wait to see what's in store. There's also the walkthrough and tons of other content we'll be seeing today. But before that, we need to properly introduce the game. What is Granblue Fantasy? They're probably going to talk about the gacha game. Seems like our last showcase caught the eye of many gamers around the world. Yes, it did! This portion is for those viewers who are interested in Relink but don't know much about Granblue. Yeah, they're going to talk about the Granblue, the game, it's the game universe and stuff like that. They're going to introduce the original game, yeah. 30% of our total viewership from last time came from overseas. Yes! We're excited about Granblue Fantasy Relink, bro! Without further ado, let's get into the introduction. Fukuhara, would you get us started? Sure thing, and I'll keep it brief. Granblue Fantasy is a mobile RPG set in the Sky Realm, a world of floating islands, each with their own culture. Understand something, guys. Granblue Fantasy and Granblue Fantasy Relink are two different things. Granblue Fantasy is a mobile game. Granblue Fantasy Relink is what we're here for, an action RPG, not a gacha. We've had so many adventures, it's hard to keep track. Yeah, they've been... This gacha game's been going for like 10 years. They're heading for Esta whatever. Esta Lucia. It's a crucial detail. The game was originally released in March 2014, which means it's turning 10 years old this March. We're very thankful to have all of you. With 10 years of content, we've seen an incredible amount of characters and stories come to fruition. However, no prior knowledge is necessary to have a great time with Relink. We want everyone to jump in and have fun. That being said, both games do share the same main cast, so it wouldn't hurt to get familiar with them first. I'll introduce them now. This is the captain. Just like in mobile Granblue, players can swap their appearance. Their default names are Gran and Jita, but players can also change their names. The captain leads a group of traveling adventurers and a skyfaring crew, so they're always collecting new allies. Here we have Lyria and Vern. These two are the captain's cherished partners. Lyria's life force is linked to the captain's, and she's capable of summoning powerful entities called primal beasts. While Vern is a small dragon who has been the captain's best friend since childhood. Neither Lyria nor Vern will participate in battle, but these 5 crewmates will gladly fight alongside the captain. Each character has their own backstory and motivation, but they're all united to travel aboard the captain's airship. In addition to these characters, there are about a dozen other playable crewmates. To see how the captain and Lyria first met, I'd recommend watching the first season of Granblue anime, as it illustrates the beginning of their adventures. Like I mentioned, you don't need to know any background info to enjoy Relink, but I recommend watching episodes 1 and 2, if nothing else. They provide a great introduction to the main cast, and I think it's the best gateway into the story, if I may say so myself. So remember, these are available for free on their YouTube channel. Maybe our viewers could check out those episodes right after this program. I personally think it's interesting to see how Lyria and the captain's life forces became linked, and episodes 1 and 2 explain it perfectly. Let's not forget about Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising, a fighting game set in the Granblue universe, released last month for PS5, PS4, and Steam. This is actually really good from what I've heard. It's by Arc Systems, and they do amazing fighting games, so yeah. Rising features some of the same characters that appear in Relink. We even have a free version. Oh, they have a demo? Okay. That was a brief introduction into the world of Granblue. Next up, we'll switch gears and discuss Granblue Fantasy Relink. We had a lot of fun and learned a ton of exciting things during part 1 of our showcase, but I'm excited to see what's in store for us today. First, I'd like to do a basic overview of the game. Then Kaji and I will delve a little further into its details. You'll be playing a bit for us in the studio. We had the opportunity to play it ourselves last time, but you'll show us a deeper look, right? Hopefully. I mean, as devs, you should know the game. I mean, in Japan, that's the case. In the West, unfortunately, not always. Now I feel the pressure. We want to see you play. We're getting into some real action. I think it's fair to put a little pressure on you, just a little. Let's jump over to our overview. Granblue Fantasy Relink falls under the action RPG genre. Boasts around 20 playable characters, each with totally unique gameplay, perhaps our biggest selling point. They are kind of like weapons. Each of the characters like a weapon in Monster Hunter. Game features single-player content, of course, but can also be played multiplayer. A large swath of the game focuses on solo play, so if multiplayer content is in your jam, you'll still find something to love here. So it can be played fully solo. We plan on releasing for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Steam on February 1st, 2024. The game will take place in, you guessed it, the Skydom. Our story begins in a far-flung corner of the skies called Zega Grande Skydom. Relink is the first time we're featuring this setting, so players unfamiliar with mobile Granblue Fantasy will still be able to immerse themselves in the story. The single-player story is the central pillar of the game, but the game is also filled to the brim with engaging content like multiplayer quests, character progression, and collection elements. The game will also feature assist mode for any players who aren't used to action games. Anyone can enjoy the game no matter their skill level. Actually, I think the newer you are to action games, the more you'll find it's fun to just control all these cool characters, so please give it a try. We've put Cygame's trademark quality into every square inch of this game, and I can't wait for you to see it. Thank you, Fukuhara. I like the sound of engaging content, but will it all be beginner-friendly? It is, because they have, like, assist modes if you want to do that. We've got the gameplay walkthrough, so we'll cover a lot of those points with real gameplay. Okay. Our previous trial versions of the game were focused around showing off battle elements using quests. This time around, we'll show you what it looks like to progress through the main mode, the story. Kaji will be manning the controller for us while I give commentary. I'm Kaji, the director of Relink. I'll begin playing from here and provide more info and details as we go. I love the art style and animations. Main story takes place across various locales. Today we'll be taking a look at a scenario which takes place on Dali Island, an island covered by a massive desert. We won't be spoiling anything, so you can breathe easy. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimashita. Phew, good to know. By the way, watching Gran from behind makes my heart skip a beat. Oh, she's looking at that grand booty. You usually don't get to see him from the back. It's usually facing towards you in Granblue Fantasy. Not to mention she's got new duds in Relink. Okay. I'll just try to read off the more important bits. The map is actually pretty huge. Can we explore the whole area? You mean all the sandy areas, then for the most part, yes. Oh, you're not... I thought this was going to be like a corridor type stuff. Green thing looks interesting. Oh! What? You get the slide a little bit. Okay. It's little speed boosts. So you can pick up treasures in the ground. They'll probably also be sometimes inside the boxes, I would imagine. They're used to improve your characters and gear. It's probably a sigil that he picked up, I would imagine. Hollowed ground, that's like a save point. Oh, so you can like do blacksmithing and stuff over here if you want to. You have access to that merchant over there. It replenishes recovery items you've used so far. Oh! So they give you the potions?
優しい。
So they give you a certain number of potions at the beginning of the... You don't actually have to buy potions. Interesting. At least that's what it seems like. That's when I thought I couldn't like Sierra more than I already do.
進みますか。
はい、お願いします。
なんかちょっと意味ありげな感ですけど。
知らないキャラクターが喋ってますね。
You'll be able to watch this as a VOD later if you want.
そうですね。まあどういう人物かはちょっと製品版を楽しみにしていきたいんですけど。
あれネタバレあれないんじゃないです
ネ
か。
タバレで誰かわかんないんで。
なるほど。
まあ今床の封印を解こうとしてるんで、その目的に沿ってまあこのマップを探索する。
So basically you had to release that seal over there from the ground. I like the fact that they're doing the sliding in the sand. That's pretty cool. By the way, right now, there's only one player playing, and the rest of it is NPC-controlled characters.
まあマップ上でこう敵が点在してるんで、
Level up.
自由に戦えるんですけど。
Okay, so it looks like every character levels up at the same time.
あ、わかった。
Let's see if they talk about that. We just leveled up. Because we leveled up, we also earned MSP. What's MSP? MSP is spent... Oh, with mastery node points. Okay, so mastery skill points. I believe that this is just a progression type system, so by the time you finish your character, you should be able to get all of these. I don't know for sure, but I think that's the way that it works. Oh, here it goes. She's asking that. Is it possible to unlock everything no matter which path you take? Yes. Although some paths split, you can eventually unlock everything. Okay, so like I thought, this is just a progression system, so this is not really like a build type situation. You're going to get all of these by the time you're done. It's also where you unlock new skills, so it's a vital part of your adventure. There is a build thing there, which is the sigils. Sigils will allow you to customize your build still. So there's still potential for doing different builds, but this mastery system is one of those that you just get everything. They didn't level up all at the same time. One of them was already level 18. Okay, I'll need to pay more attention to stuff. Unlocking a node further down the path, all the nodes. Okay, the game will automatically choose the best path for you. No. We're gonna do it manually, my guy. We do things manually over here. Now that we've unlocked that skill, we can assign it. So you have 4 skills that you can assign at any given time, and then you get to choose several skills from... Yeah, like you see right here, you have way more skills than you can assign, and you just choose the skills that you like the most, and you use those. And that's kind of how you make your build, right? You choose your build based on the skills that you use, and then you have the sigils to further customize your build. It's easier to stun foes with Overdrive Surge thanks to its high stun power. Okay. There's a stun gauge mechanic on enemies that then allows you to go into this link attack mode. Skills can be used as soon as they're assigned. They're cooldown based. Oh, what's that? One of the highlights of the game is how monsters behave in their environments, makes the world feel more alive. Oh, I like if they pay attention to that. I'm actually kind of liking Gran from looking at this gameplay. Gran looks cool. This is a minigame. Exploration is an important part of Relink. You may come across hidden chests. I wouldn't expect you to have to do as much exploration, to be honest. That's interesting. Touching a spot like these causes Mirage Stones to appear. Collect all the Mirage Stones within a time limit, you get rare items. So it's kind of like Super Mario and the purple coins. This one is particularly challenging, actually. Okay.
そうです。もうある程度こうルートを把握した上で最速の道を。
ゴブリンが寝てる。
Yeah, it's just like Super Mario Purple
そんな
Coins.
敵は襲ってこないんですか？
いや、襲ってきます。
襲ってこない。
Enemies will attack you during the minigame.
おー難なくいけた。
He did it.
すごい。金箱だ。
これで今、ボークっていう。
Our reward is a Tyranny Sigil. Okay. See, sigils is how you customize your build.
G
ルのやつです。
I've seen in some other gameplay footage that you can have up to like 5 sigils at least.
これはスキルの
Look at the details of the sigils trait.
を
Okay, so it looks like this increases damage, reduces HP. Yeah.
HP が減るんですが攻撃力
You get a big boost to your attack power. So plus 13% attack, minus 20%
スキル
HP.
とかもやっぱりね、原作のグラブルに馴染み深いものがあるんですね。
I like that there's like a, if you want to build attack, it's going to cost you in some other field. That's good.
いろいろとスキルも用意されてますね。
Yeah, the bitrate is not very good, guys. Listen, Japanese developers are usually terrible about bitrate. That means the game doesn't look as good when you're watching it right now as it's actually going to look on Steam or on your PlayStation. It's going to look a million times better, okay? Trust me on that.
人によって結構その
The bitrate is terrible. It does not showcase the game's visuals at all.
かわすのがなんか苦手な人はその回避消
Players who have trouble with dodging can equip a skill that helps with that, or a sigil that improves guarding. It's one way to cover your bases. So there'll also be defensive skills. Also notice that the link gauge over here is rising. When you get this to 100%, you can do link time, which is really beast.
エフェクトは一生ブラッシュアップ
We've been continuously polishing up the effects up until recently, in fact. Yep.
多分終盤ともちょっと違う部分がある。
うわうわうわうわうわうわうわ
Bonk. Damn, that looked like it hurt. The boss is level 26 and they're level 18.
覚えたドライブ
I want to kick this thing using Overdrive Surge.
飛んでるやつはラカムとイオが活躍してくれそう。
遠距離攻撃やっぱできないと
And here's an interesting thing. If you know you're fighting something like this, you can actually build Gran to use like a bow. I've seen him use a bow skill. And down he goes! You got knocked into critical condition. Kaji!
大丈夫
Don't worry, don't worry.
不能に
Even if you go into critical condition, you won't automatically get a game over.
あ、そういう説明を入れる
He took the hit to explain the mechanic, you know? Yeah, this was all intentional. It was all part of the plan.
あえてですかなり今ちょっと手に汗が
So it seems like other characters will be able to raise you up.
大丈夫です
でも想像以上にグリフォンが強くてびっくりした。
Honestly, I didn't expect the Griffin to be that strong. He's level 26! They're level 18! Critical gauge. Critical gauge appears whenever anybody goes into critical condition.
クライシスゲージというものが出てこのゲージがゼロになると
When the gauge reaches 0, it's game over. But if one of your party members comes to your rescue,
させてあげると今 NPC の方になる
like the CPU-controlled Catalina is doing right now,
ありがとうそうするとまあゲームオーバー
you don't use a bow as the main character, Kegrin. You have your one-handed sword, but you have skills that use a bow. So he pulls out a bow and shoots certain skills.
悪い NPC だと
Doesn't that mean you're kind of at the mercy of your CPU-controlled allies? If you're playing solo, yeah. It's a good thing we gave them robust AI. Let's make sure not to give them too robust AI.
旅している感じ
We want the player to truly feel like everyone's protecting each other on this journey, just as a crew should. I still hope that there's a way for players to always be better than the AI. If the AI is too good, everybody's just going to play by themselves and never going to bring other players along.
ドライブ中だ
You don't want the AI carrying the players.
オーバードライブ中に避けるのに。
あれちょっとちょっと
Damn, Kaji!
大丈夫です
まだ
Come now.
薬というものが
I can use a revival potion to instantly get back on my feet.
使うと みんなすぐに
Ooh, perfect dodge!
ただ蘇生薬は1個しか持って
I'm loving the mechanics, though.
これをもしかして使っちゃうと
Notice how you see the... Uh-oh.
祈り場で補給しに
It looks like you can help. The more players doing a res, the faster it goes. Okay.
相手だとこういう
This is what it's like to fight a tough opponent.
そういうわけで倒しましたっていうところで
Okay. Please tell me they're playing an easy mode. If they're not playing an easy mode and they just took out a boss that's 8 levels above them,
こういう感じでまあ
おー。
倒していきます
ちょっと
It's a bit much.
ついてるところが
はい。
ストーリーの目的地になる
なる
ので、
ほど。
これは鍵を起動していきます。
これ戦闘中にもここ立ってると開けてる。
You can also fight while trying to activate the key at the same time.
ま
Okay.
ずは倒しました。
Does the game have multiplayer? It has multiplayer. Some of the quests are single player only, but it does have over 100 quests, and a lot of those will be multiplayer. I would think of it almost like the structure of Monster Hunter Rise, where you have the single player village, and then you have the multiplayer hub.
起動しましたね。
今グリフォンで
When the Griffin was defeated, it dropped loot.
それ使えないか。
Might as well put it to good use, don't you think?
グリフォンの羽ですね。
It's a Griffin feather, wasn't it? Okay.
これを使って
Oh, so you can go to the blacksmith here. You can go to the blacksmith while you're on the field, and they're probably going to craft a new weapon from that.
武器を
Blacksmith is accessible from hollowed ground.
鍛冶屋は町だと専用の施設があるんですけど。
Looks like they're upgrading
一人進行
Grand Sword.
屋上だとシェロちゃんが全部やってくれます。
すごい。
Yeah, Sierra offers blacksmith
グレードのレベルが
services on the level.
分の
So you can see the Sword of Eos is already capped at level 30,
こうなると上限
which means we have to uncap its max level.
上限解放する
Once
と
a weapon's been uncapped, it can be leveled up further.
はい。
So it looks like this weapon required the Griffin
グリフォ
feather.
ンの羽は手に入れたんですが、
We have enough Griffin feathers, but we're short on standard Ruffinium.
でこの足りないアイテ
What
ム
we can do is select the missing treasure and add it to the list. So they're probably going to do a wish list situation.
まあ目標数とか設定して
おお。原作でいうお気に入り登録ができる
そうで
ってことですね。
同じ感じのやつです。
へえ。
これ今1個
I'm going to set this one since it's all we need.
しておきます。そうするとこの
We've added this to the wish list to get a magnifying glass icon. Okay, so there's a wish list system.
でこのマテリアルを手に入れたい、
取りに行きますか。
そうですね。マテリア
Four
ルを
players multiplayer? Yes.
取りに行くには一旦
Let's head back for the moment, see what we
ク
can
エストに
find.
行くっていう流れを
There'll be a good chance to demonstrate how quests
してい
work
きたいと
too.
思います。
はい。
メインストーリー中はいつ
You
で
can
も
return to
街に
town
戻
at
る
any
こと
time while
ができ
playing a
ま
main
す
story segment. Oh, okay.
ね本当。
でまあ街に
Conversely, you'll be able to pick up where you left off in the main story from town.
スタートできます。ので安心して
So don't be afraid to head back if you need to.
まあちょっと敵が強いな
You're into a tough enemy like a griffin
でなんかすごい死ぬな
that just won't die.
まあもち
Towns have various resources to help you get stronger.
余地があればしてもらうと結構変わったりするんで。
So there'll be more than one town. I like that.
うわ街もすごいっすね。
Look at this place. Don't think I've seen this before. Nope,
そう
we
ですね
haven't.
新しい
This is a new city.
まだは
まあ PV で
We've only shown flashes of it in previous trailers.
回っている
This might be world premiere footage of us walking around this city.
緑がいっぱいで素敵
Look at
です
that
ね
greenery.
大ここいいな
Now they're just gushing over the city. Okay.
すごい。
大きい建物もすごい気になりますね。
Curious about the huge building in the back.
でまあさっきの
Let's get back to why we came here to get the item we need. Oh, so they can buy the Ruffinum?
マテリアル狙いですよね。
でトレジャー登
By adding the item to a wish list when searching for quests at the quest counter. Oh, they're looking for a new quest.
クエス
Oh, so they're going into a multiplayer quest to go get the item.
はい。なんかどれが出るんだろうってわかんなかったりしますもんね。
トそうですね
So they just mark quests that drop it. That is very useful.
クエストの選択方法はあるんですけれども、まあボスのクエストであったりとか、まあ連続バトルであったりとか、まあジャンルから
These are different type of quests that they
まあ
have.
ジャンルから
Boss battles, horde mode. There's even more than that.
難易度から選ぶこ
As
と
well
が
as filtering by quest difficulty.
じゃあもう自分の
It's great for farming items and quest types you're good at.
アイテムを集めることができる。
そうですね。カテゴ
Well,
リーごと
you-
になんか入手できる
What you can get
アイテム
and
の
how much of it
ボリューム
differs on which quest type you choose. Sorting by type lets you focus on the resource that you feel you are lacking.
できるようになってます。
へ
ではここで
Speaking of lacking resources, why don't we try searching for that item we added to the wish list?
マテリア
Okay.
ルを
So you just go to your wish
検
list,
索してみたいと思います。
and I'm assuming you click this and it shows you all the quests that drop it.
ー
It's a list of quests that may give us standard
これでも取れます
Refanum.
よ。
あー、しかもクエストクリア報酬も。
そうですね。
Interesting.
これだとクエス
This
ト
quest, for
の
instance, rewards standard
初回クリア報酬
Refinium after clearing up the quest for the first
まあ
time.
マテリアルが必ずもらえるという風になってますので、
そうだ。
このクエストを行ってみましょうかね。
は。
はいい。
はい、じゃあ、このクエストを受けてみ
They
たいと
haven't
思います。
said anything about the release time of the demo. I suspect it's going to be soon after this presentation, so either today or tomorrow. That would be my suspicion. Just need to take down a crocodile.
ライル一体を倒すクエストですね。
父さんが心配なんだ。
ねえ。絶対危機じゃないですか。
Okay, he's going to depart on the quest.
すごく心配。
Looks like you get to choose who goes with you on your party, which is cool.
描かれたり
Each quest paints its own mini tale of
といいかなと思い
the sorts. Okay.
では実際にクエストに出発します。
お願いします。そうこのね出発のところもいいんだよな。もう冒険に出るぞっていう感じがね。
ね
ジャスト回避してほしい。
頑張ります、
そろそろ。
うわ、
え。わあ。
頑張ります。
This is the same monster they fought last time.
そうでしたっけ？ね
ねえ。なんかしかも硬そうだから
え。
大変そう。
うわー怖っ。
このクエストは先
Compared to the Griffin fight, this isn't nearly as hard. It's a level 8 boss. You're gonna shred this thing.
かなりサクッと
This poor guy. Just about to get absolutely obliterated.
これは死ぬわ。
Like, look at how fast he's dying.
すごっ。いける。じゃあ。
ガードして
あ、これジャスト回避。
He was trying to. He did a perfect dodge.
おーいいっすね。
あ、そしてダウンを
Now they busted up his stun gauge.
よしよし。
ジャスト回避。
あ、ジャストには長かった。
あ、でもちゃんとね回避して。あ
Down he
あ。
goes.
これは。
イオ強い。
So now they have the Ruffinium. There's also part breaks in the game, by the way.
こんな感じでサクッと倒せますので、まあ
And I think that depending on the parts that you break, the more points you get, the better rewards you get.
やりにくいやつので
So there you go. Those are the reward chests you looted at the end. This would be the equivalent to carving. There you go.
いやめちゃくちゃ強そうな動きでしたけれども、
ねえ。
きっちり倒していきましたね。
これでマテリアルがまあ1個かな初回報酬なので。
As you can see, the better you do on a quest points, the more rewards you get. So if they did even better, wait, they did maximum? They did. They do maximum, so they got maximum rewards. So if you don't do very good in a fight, you're not going to get as many rewards. They'll have like sub-objectives in each fight. And so, you know, they're removing it from the wish list now, the material that they had. But like, if you don't do as well in the fight, you get less rewards. They're going to give you like sub-objectives like break this part, don't get into critical condition, all of that stuff.
何集めようとしてたんだっけって忘れがちなんで。
こう忘れます。
これでさっき手に入れた
With our Ruffinium bounty in hand, we can finally uncap Grand's weapon.
ができる。
さらに強くできるわけですね。
はい。
Max level up.
レベル50まで上げれる。
Now it can go up to 50.
いや星が6段階あるんですよね。
いや、私も気になってました。
Yeah, there'll be a lot of uncapped. So that's a lot of grinding that you'll be able to do if you really want to get maximum power.
いけますね。アイテムの。で、ここで、
There's a feature called Auto Level. It automatically picks the best number of leveling materials to use. Thank God for that.
選択してくれること
That's good.
いろいろと便利
We included various handy features, even caution messages just in case.
こういうお知
So
ら
in
せも
case you use up too many materials, I would imagine.
まあ今回
It's
は
warning us about using excess materials, but let's do it anyway. Okay.
はい、
おお、また
これで
上までいった。
お
かなり強くなる。
うわ、
Damn, that was a massive boost.
足んない。
次は
Guess we don't have the materials for the next uncap. The path to getting stronger isn't always the shortest. Improvement comes from advancing the story and clearing harder quests.
していく感じになります。
上位素材感ありますもんね
ね。
名前に。
ね
ハイマテリアル。
ー。
で武器強化以外にも
In addition to upgrading weapons, it's also possible to forge a new powerful ones too.
強い武器をバッと、これもまあ素材が
Forging, of course,
必要ではあ
requires
るんですけれども
materials as well.
まあイオの
Looks like we have enough to make Zezel
武器
for you, so here we go.
作っちゃいますね。
はい。ああ、できた。
And then you get to upgrade it, I would imagine.
強化もできますね。
作成した場合、その今ジェズルの場合レベル40からスタートなんで、結構手持ちの武器のレベルが低い時とか新しいの作れると、まあ、一気に
Wonder if this means that you can just pump up any weapon. Like even your starter weapon, you can pump up all the way. I don't know if that'll be the case or not. I doubt it, but
で武器も一応集めていくとちょっとメリットがあったりとかはするので、
武器ボーナスはキャラクター
collection tab found under masteries is another set of bonuses for collecting weapons.
ありますね。
おお、収集。
こちら新しい
Bonuses unlocked for the specific weapons obtained, like Zezel here.
こうジェズルの項目が解放されたり。
あ、本当だ。
武器ごとにその
These unblockable bonuses are passive bonuses. Okay, so the weapons have their own masteries.
まあ武器いっぱい作った方がより強くなれる。
More weapons you have, the stronger you'll get.
パッシブなんだ。
Okay. They're passive bonuses.
これ武器
Oh,
の
so wait.
スキルの特性に
So you'll want to collect all of the
ジェズルは
weapons.
スタン値が高くなるスキルがついてる武器なんで、この武器収集ボーナスでもスタン値が増加するようになってますね。
うん。
I didn't quite get that. Does that mean that if even weapons that I don't have equipped will give me passive bonuses?
やっぱ結構ゲーム好きな人ってこうアイテムを全部集めたい人
I was a little bit
だから
confused
結
there.
構かなりやり込む必要はありそうですね。こう
I'll need to rewatch the video afterwards.
とかね
Gotta get every trait and bonus, you know?
武器ごとにそのスキル特化とか
Every weapon has its own traits in addition to boosting a character's HP.
それが高レベルにな
The
る
effects become more obvious as traits level up.
まあ最終的に
Keeping your favorite weapon until the end is your choice, of
装備してもらう
course.
ことになるんですけど、一応武器ス
It's also possible to change the appearance of a weapon with a weapon skin, so they have layered weapons.
まあなるべく多く武器作って、まあパッシブの会をしてもらうみたいなのが、まあ後半だと
As you hit the later stages of the game, you start to appreciate the benefits of forging more weapons and unlocking their collection bonuses. So there's going to be a lot of grinding to do for each character. That's insane. By the way, guys, just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying the stream, do hit that like button. It really helps me out. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimashita. Items are also scattered around town too, waiting to be picked up. So you'll also be rewarded for exploring the towns.
じゃあじゃあ武器
Those passives are used even if you don't have weapon equipped. They stated in the interview. Okay. So yes, you definitely, if you like a character, you'll want to craft all the weapons for that character.
ねもっと街探索もねいろいろとやってみたいけど、そのあたりは自分たちで
うん。
はい
ゲームゲットできたときに
That is really cool.
しましょう。
はい。
メインストーリーには発着場から
To continue the main story, simply access the docks.
メインストーリーにも
Now that we're back, we'll notice the section we activated after defeating the Griffin is just as we left it.
使ったままなので、まあ
Convenient.
あ、これずっと光っててくれるんですね。
そうですね。
We're picking up from where the main story progression was last saved.
じゃあさっき実際に武器強化したので、
Let's see what our new and improved sword can do. This section of the game, by the way, is only single player,
さっき何ダメージですか
I think.
さっき100
Because, like, you know, it's saving your progression and stuff.
かなり
The multiplayer stuff is the quests.
うお。う
Like the monster fights, the raid fights, all of that. Difference is night and day considering the sword is 20 levels higher.
強くなるんですね。いや、ザク的アイテム全力で動いてくれますね。
ねえ本当
すげえかっこいい。うお
というような感じでまだいた。
おお。
というような感じでキャラクター強化しつつ、いろいろと
Hopefully that should give you an idea of how your characters get stronger in this game.
でさらにですね、
You can also swap between party members out in the field. Oh!
ステージ中でもキャラクターを
You can swap at any time. Oh, you can swap like who you're playing.
イオちゃんも使ってみましょう。
They give you a quick tutorial.
操作の説明も
お
出ますね。
バトル中は切り替えはできないんです
You
けど
can't swap characters during battle, but once the coast is clear, you can change out the characters in your party.
この4人以外で切り替えできる
あ、4人以外にもできる。
はい。
さっきここに寝てたゴブリンを
あ、起こしますか？
うわ、
下の
時間、
方
あ、まだ寝てる。
あら、ご挨拶だ。
おー。
ボンク。
要はチャージ魔法使いなのでダメージが大きい。
でもこういうなんか影から先制攻撃とかしたいときにはいいですね。
うん。
いい音。
Their levels are different now? Oh, good point. You need to bring in party members to level them up if you want to have different levels. That's good. I think that's good.
はい、以上が、
So that was a preview of basic in-game progression. We intentionally left out some of the flashier parts, but other scenes feature a ton of cinematics. There's a lot to look forward to. Thank you for that. Dude, I love the fact that they left that stuff out on purpose. Thank you.
普通にね、見栄えのするゲーム。
I want to experience that when I actually get my hands on the game.
うわ
まあ今のね、床を光らせる
Today's gameplay demonstration barely scratched the surface in terms of content. Okay. There are other scenes which feature really long cutscenes,
もあるんですけど、今回の部分だとほぼ
but the part we exhibited today wasn't really cutscene heavy. Have to keep the surprise in the wraps.
はい、
Bro, this is something that Capcom could actually learn from, dude. Don't show everything.
カジさん、深原さん、ありがとうございます。
That's our gameplay walkthrough.
こうやってね、大体こうゲームのね、進行のイメージつきましたよね。
いや、まだあまり全体像としてはやっぱり隠された部分もあるので。
Still so much unrevealed stuff, I'm definitely invested.
ストーリーをこう進めて
Now that I think about it, yeah, I've got a decent base impression of how the game plays. It's not just about running through the story. You've also got things like embark on quests to hunt for missing upgrade materials, things like that. Exactly.
でも今回ね、こうやってウォークスルー
We've learned that thanks to our devs doing a walkthrough for us. Okay. Even the beginners who want to play with full assist mode, even they could really get a decent impression of game progression.
進行が分かったかなって思いました。はい、というところで
Without further ado, let's move on to the next part of our program.
日記コーナーで
Live action gameplay. Developer challenge, multiplayer quests.
ですよね。
楽しみ。こちらのコーナーではですね
Fukuhara and Kaji will be teaming up with two more very special guests.
参加していただきます
Why does that dude have a mask? He's Vern. Nice to meet you, everyone.
グランブルーファンタジーリリンク
Idaka, narrative director of Granblue Fantasy Relink. It's a pleasure to be here.
よろしくお願いします。
日高さんよろしくお願いいたしますそして
皆さんはじめまして。
Hello, everyone. I'm lead game designer for Granblue Fantasy Relink, so you can call me Relink Dev. Nice to be here.
よろしくお願いしますあれ私でも初めましてな感じがしないんですけど
あらららら。
以前あれライジングの時にいらっしゃいましたよね
はい。そうですね。ライジングの時は
Came to participate in a tournament where I took first place.
として優勝させていただきました。今回はリリンクの紹介ということもありますので、頑張っていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いしますリリンクスタッフさんなのにめちゃくちゃライジング強かったんですよ
いやもうその顔面の強さしかもう入ってこない感じですけれどもね。意地でもそれをやっぱり外さないという。
そうですね。意地でも外さず。
The mask stays on. Okay.
今回のマルチクエスト挑戦するそうなんで
Multiplayer quest demo will be that much harder. Okay.
リリンクスタッフはライジングもうまいので、ちょっと手伝ってもらって
Mr. Relink Dev here is really good at Rising too. Sometimes we have him help out.
なるほど
Okay.
私はこのリリンクはディレクター
Come
さ
to
ん
think of it, Relink has 3 directors, right? What type of work do you each oversee?
仕事なさってるんですか。
はい。僕の方は
I'm the narrative director. Guess you haven't heard from me yet?
ないと思うんですけど。
気になってました。奈良県の情報にやた
いや
ら詳しい。
そういう奈良にあまり詳しくないんですけども
鹿いっぱいいるよみたいなじゃないと。
Yeah, this is just banter.
日本語でざっくり
Summarize, I direct the story aspects of the game.
で
When development began, it was director Fukuhara and I who worked together to create the world and characters of Relink.
あとはもうストーリーだったりとか、キャラクターを作ったり。で、あとは後半になってくる
Later, as development proceeded, I began to oversee vocal performances, as our host and guests already know.
キャラモーションの演
I also oversaw character animations, among other tasks. Good job, because the character animations are really good. Speaking of animations, it's so cool when Grand sheaths his sword. Yep.
そうゆっくりカチッていくところがあそこめちゃくちゃ良
We worked extremely hard to make sure the animations felt good for an action title while also reflecting that signature grand blueness. Yeah, animations are way more important than visuals. Easily more important than visuals. All three of us are constantly discussing things like, should we do this? Should we do that?
うわーそんな皆さんとね今日は、はい、改めてよろしくお願い
よろしくお願いいたします。というわけで、2人にもご紹介いただ
Now that we've introduced our last two members, it seems we've got a very special group of folks lined up to tackle the multiplayer quest. Does that mean you've got a particular type of quest in mind?
はいそうですねここまでは
Till now we've displayed how fun and breezy the action this game can be. Today we wanted to show out a little more.
メインでお伝えしてきたかと思うんですけれども、ここからの
4 members development team here, we're now going to tackle one of the hardest endgame quests available.
かなり難易度の高いクエストの方を実際に開発者4人
You're going to spoil one of the endgame monsters! Damn it.
いきなりエンドコンテンツ系が。
さっきネタバレ云々言ってたのに
What about spoilers? You sure you want to show endgame content?
ネタバレでは
It's not really a spoiler. Spoiler-free endgame?
見てるとこうどこまで強い敵と戦えるのかなって気になってるね方はたくさんいらっしゃると思うんで、その今出せる範囲の難関クエストを見れるっていうのはすごくワクワクします。
ね
Eleander, this is not gacha. This is just buy to play. Full price buy to play.
見ていただけるかなと思います。
うわー楽しみですね
あとは敵が
Your gear and loadouts will change as you progress through the game and face tougher enemies, so we'll go over our
どういう
setups.
組み合わせが
Okay?
あるのかっていうところもいろいろ考えてプレイしていき
We're going to cover a lot during this playthrough, so stay tuned.
かなと思います。
は
はい。
はい、では今
4 of us have gathered in town.
集まってる状態になってます。はい。
いなかなかの圧を感じますけどね
みんなこっち向いてくれてる。
福原さんとてもいい人ってなって
Fukuhara is a very good guy.
つけると頭に出るんですね。
Trophy names appear above your head, and there are a lot of
ちょ
them.
っと逆にうさくさいですねあれとてもいい人
変えようか
福原さんがおいげんで
Fukuhara is Eugen.
梶が
I'm Gandangoza.
で日高
Hidaka is Cagliostro. Cagliostro is one of the new characters that was announced.
ジータ
So Relink Dev is Jita.
いろいろとエモートとかいろいろコミュニケーションができます。
でかいね。
Emotes, preset messages, stickers, all of that stuff. Wonder if his size affects his hitboxes. They're bigger.
なるほど
駆け出し聞くし
駆け出しっす。
あら
お
出だしになった
お。なんかこう今カリオストロとかいわゆるセリフとモーションがついててすごく今キュンとしました。こんな風に動くんだって。
キュンとした方
That looks like a machine gun.
妹がこういろいろあるので。
Each character comes with a variety of emotes and their preset messages which match their
キャ
personalities.
ラに紐づいて音声が流れる。
スタンプとかもですね。はい。
Not yet, B-Rabbit. I'll make a separate video for that. Before we head into the boss fight, I'll briefly explain our gear loadouts and what we hope to accomplish with our characters.
いろいろと軽く説明したいと思いま
お願いします。
す。まず装備からですね。見ていただいて
Oh my god, look at the number of sigils!
ガンダゴーザ
フィンガーだ。
うん
キャラクターのレベルも
Our character's level 100,
うわなんかいっぱいついてる
so I'm assuming that's the cap.
わ
すごいエンドコンテンツに向けて
We're going to take on an endgame boss, so we've prepared ourselves accordingly.
おうん
暴君2つで
Stack tyranny. He's stacking tyranny.
さあ減ってますね。見てみましょうか。
Oh my god.
まあでも結構
Minus 20% HP, plus 40% attack.
どのキャラクターも見ていきたいんですけれども、左側のアイコンで剣のマークがついているのが、攻撃力が上がるスキルになってます。いろいろとガンダゴーザに関しては攻撃力
Offensive boosting traits. So he's doing the old crit eye, crit boost, weakness exploit. Yup. Where we're going, we won't need defense. My man quoting friggin' Back to the Future.
頑張って集中していきます。オイゲンも
Focused on attack traits, but there's some defensive ones as well.
がついていて、防御が上がるものも現実についていて、あとは敵から狙われ
We also have a trait that reduces aggro. Interesting.
狙撃手というかアタッカーとして
Sniper damage dealer.
スキルから見えますね。
なるほど
で カリオストロに
Cagliostro's got attack traits
攻
too.
撃力
The
も
heart icon boosts
ハートマークは
HP.
HP が上がる
Looks like some cooldown stuff in there as well.
回復性能が上がってます。
Healing
回復
abilities?
アビリティいろいろカリオストロ覚えますので、まあサポート役として、立ち回ってくれるのかなという感じですね。
はい。
ガンダゴーザが死なないように頑張ります。
Make sure Gandagoza stays
サポー
standing.
トお願いします。
で、ジータは
Focus on raising her HP and defense and also lowering her cooldowns. Yeah, see, that's what that does. Cooldown.
アビリティの
She's kind of a jack of all trades with the skills she learned, so she'll provide both utility and offense as the fight continues.
バランスよく覚えますので、サポートも攻撃もいろいろとがっつりやっていってくれるのかなという感じになってますね。
はい。
じゃあ実際にアビリティどういうふうな
Speaking of skills, let's check out our skill loadouts next.
まあ全て説明していると時間がなくなるので、
Yeah, it'll take too much time to go over everything, so I touch on the major skills.
ガンダゴーザ仕込まれ
Infernal Stomp.
これ
Skill inflicts slow on our foes.
おお。
Gandagoza is based around landing his Raging Fist, and slowing our target's gonna make that much easier. I'm not sure if it'll help the teal, but it'll definitely help me deal mega damage.
すごく今回は自分勝手というか
Mike Lord of Pink is getting his money's worth.
考えてないセットになる
スローがみんなありがたいん
I think everyone appreciates a slowed enemy. Okay, Eugen is Paralyzing Bullet. The skill paralyzes the enemy, temporarily freezing their movement.
はいはいはい頑張ります
あとはまあ
You can also inflict poison and deal damage from a distance.
ダメージを与えていくというキャラクターになってますね。で、
We've equipped Cagliostro to be a healer, like we mentioned earlier.
回復ですね。味方の HP を回復する。
She's got skills that recover health. You can just straight up have a full-on healer.
仲間の瀕死を回復する。
Cagliostro is a skill that revives allies from critical condition.
そしてジータですが、
Given her the beloved Phalanx skill. Oh! Reduces the amount of damage her allies take. Okay. Also given her Substitute. Skill allows Jita to take damage in place of her allies. Okay. So she can work as a defensive character as well. Defensive backbone of the party.
セットになってます。
なるほど。
というような
That's our battle setup for our 4 characters.
この4人が戦い方をセットしていますが、はい、こういう感じで、エンドコンテンツのボス挑んでいきたいと思います。では実際に
I would actually like to see them fail taking on the final boss because it'd be that hard. That'd be awesome.
ジョブっていう概念が今回はないので、なんかそういうね立ち回りを考えたときに原作だと何のジョブの立ち回りがいいかなとか考えながらセットするのも楽しそうですね。
ジータがその
Compared to the rest of the cast, Jita's variety of skills is quite large, so there's more room to customize her role.
しやすくはなってます。
では行きます。
Here we go.
戦うのは風流
Fighting Elysius Windworm, the Wind Dragon.
昔はい曜日クエスト
Remember when you could only face him on specific days?
曜日クエスト。
The weekly quests.
懐かしい。
うわ強そう
Alrighty.
ひえ
ああ、馴染みの曲が。
うん
Is that the actual in-game music? That's pretty cool.
マヒがありがたい。
おお
こう巻き
みんな
再生
行動
とか。
止められる
スローをかけます。
まあマッチとか行動不能系は何回もやるとちょっとずつ耐性は
やっぱり上がっていくんだ。いやでもダメージ数がさっきのとも桁違い。
Okay, these numbers are just a little bit out of control right now. Uh-oh, Kaji's getting wrecked.
これ危ない。
Hidaka getting wrecked. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to see. Let's go. Look at that. They've barely... They're like 8% in, and they've already almost carded. I feel like they might be a little bit too powerful.
あやばい。
わあ怖いよ。わあどういうのかな。あ
Kaji down.
あなんださんが。
Jesus, look at the amount of things happening.
ありがとうございます。
ラカムみたいな遠距離系は、
うわ強っ。
まあ、安全なところから攻撃できるんで。
Nice, perfect dodge.
ですね。遠距離大事だこれ。うわこの距離であれ食らっちゃったら。
緊張感がすごい。
Laser beams!
取って。
Bro! I need to main this dude. He's got a laser beam. Come on.
うんいやいいですね。
What?
V 破壊した。
はい欲しい。
ボスごとにその V 破壊できるやつもいて、
うん
こいつの場合は頭の角を壊せるっていう。
Perfect dodge right there. Nice.
うんいいです。
わあ、なんか遠隔遠距離楽し
Oh, the boss is level 120.
うわいや遠距離もすごいな。
オーバードライブ。
Also, I love the music on it. I mean, let me pump it up a little bit so that you guys can hear it.
とかコメントは左の方に出てくるけ
Listen
ど、あ
to
れ
the
意図
music.
的に出してるんですか？
なんか
Beautiful.
アクションに応じて連動して出せる経験。
Here comes the full burst.
あチェーンが乗ってるぞ。
Whoa!
すごい。
サンチェーン。うわいったー。さあいったぞ。フルチェーン。
ダメージ。
Whoa! With a knockdown. Nice. I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit again.
やばい。
Gunman OP.
100%
助けて。
これはですかな。
ありがたい。
やばそう。
カバーもついて
かばわれてるんで。
I like that the camera changes dynamically based on what's happening.
ダメージを片側。
おおでも回復しながら。お
でも
お。
さすがのジータ
吸い込まれる
やっぱ防御が高いだけあって、
ね。
うん、
やってもすぐ回復して。
手回復してくれて、
うん。ブレイク。
Breaks. They're gonna go for link attacks. Yep, there it is.
チャンスチャンス。
So during link attacks, everybody's buffed up. So they deal way more damage.
広大。
And they have improved cooldowns, so they can just tear into the boss.
お半分切りました。
もう一気に削りましたね。リンクタイムで。
あこっからかさらにね攻撃も激しくなってきそうだ。わわわわわあらららら。いやー爪に風にすごいな。あすごい。
What the hell happened there? That was a weird skill.
あらやばそうやばそう大丈夫。おお。
やっぱ
they're doing fine. They're gonna take it down.
ってことですね。正面あんまり行かずにね。
Is that he's already ready for another full burst? Look at him,
回で敵の攻撃を
my man, farming over there.
頭はもうおいげに任せてみたいな感じ。
They're waiting for everybody to get their full bursts. See how they're waiting? Like this gauge is like their full burst gauge. They're just waiting for Jita to get hers.
外した。
She appears to be getting it slower than the rest of them.
打っちゃってください。
Come on, you're almost there. 86%. He's gonna start it now. They need to hurry the hell up. There comes another one. Okay, Jita already has it too.
派手だね。
And here it comes. And one more. Yep. Full burst. Or full chain, whatever. And the knockdown. See, the character that starts the chain is the character that dictates the effect at the end of the chain. And in this case, it appears that the chain from this guy, Eugen, causes that knockdown thing, which is why he's always the one to start.
こんなやばいやつ。
やばそう。
あまたカバーをつけ
これさっき
て
ね、ジータがカバーを使ってたやつですよね。
Dude's memeing over there while they're dodging mechanics.
わらび餅を出してますけど。
ンプしてたら
余裕あるのか。おお。
頑張るね。
あ
あ、でも避けてる。
いやいや、あらら。
See, careful there. You shouldn't be playing with emotes if you don't know how to dodge.
ダンプしてた
そんな。おお。
So what are the game over conditions? I would imagine everybody dying.
いや、怖いな。あ、まだ。
バーナさん
制約で起きました。
でもこうやってみんなでこうリカバリーできるからいいですね。
They're now in link mode again.
もうちょっとだ。
おお、いくか。10パー来た。
I love the animations on this though.
これはいけるんじゃない
もう少しだ。あ、とどめは誰が。
リンクスタッフさん
とどめを刺したい。
うまいですね、避けるのが。
おお、さすが。おお、
And down it goes. I'll be real, that didn't really seem that hard, but it's because they're overpowered most likely.
いやー、
わあ、
素晴らしい。あ、報酬もね、きっとエンドコンテンツだから豪華なね。
See, they missed one of the objectives. I don't know what that is, but they missed one of them, so that's going to cost them some rewards. Looks like the time limit was like 1 hour, and it took them 6 minutes.
なんかいっぱいゲット。
なんかすごそうな名前いっぱいありましたよ今。
ね
うん。
え。わ
Rurikhan, you seen the new Sword Art Online game? It looks like garbage compared to this. Well, Sword Art Online games were never really amazing,
かっこいい。
so to speak. They never really broke the mold, so
あ、
it doesn't surprise me.
うん。
やった
Kaji was named the MVP. Looks like they have an MVP
ー。
thing.
もう HP とか守りを捨てて聖剣付けを打ちまくって
Something tells me the MVP is all about the
こと
damage.
しか考えてないはい、うまく倒せて
Thankfully, we were able to beat that boss. Didn't seem like you were that challenged, to be honest.
まあこんなような楽しみ方もでき
Hopefully,
る
we'll be able to show yet another way to enjoy the game.
ゲーム後半に行くほど敵の
As the game progresses, enemies will get more complex. You'll need to mix and match strategies by customizing your gear loadouts. But all these RPG components should make for a great time.
一応属性要素もあって
There's also
ま
an
あ今
element system. The wind dragon we just faced was weak to fire, but it is not as crucial as it is in the original
という
Granblue.
か重要ではないので、まあ
Excuse me. Most important thing is to pick your favorite character and play with your favorite
で
loadout.
もらえればなとは思ってます。
あ
はい
あ、ありがたいですね。
See, I think it should be important, especially because we want to pick our favorite and make them as strong as possible.
ありがとうございます。まあね、本当に迫力のあるエンドコンテンツのを見せていただきました
We just saw an impressive endgame boss. What do you think, Ono?
攻撃
With the barrage of attacks flying around, I was impressed with all the flashy effects.
だったりするんですけれども、やはりああいう中でも
I was more impressed with the fact that through all of that, the players were able to help each other out, like healing when an ally went to critical health. They really displayed some great teamwork.
実際プレイをね、友達たちとしてみるの楽しみですよね。
Makes me want to try out the game with friends. Can't wait to take on these tough bosses myself, but watching our players made me think of something. So we just saw an endgame battle, right? If someone were using full assist mode in endgame content, then it doesn't really feel like endgame content, does it? Has the team thought about that? Oh, good question. You won't be able to use full assist mode or assist mode in endgame content. You'll have to manually play through the most challenging quests. All right. Yes. That's the way. It's like, hey, you want to enjoy the story? Here's your full assist mode. Have a blast. You want to get the end game? Get good, scrub. It's always more advantageous for a player to fully control. That way they'll be able to dish out more damage, which should prove to be a more fun experience for everyone. One more thing. The boss we've shown today is just one of many, and there are plenty of even stronger foes awaiting our players. So there's a lot to look forward to. I see this as an absolute win. An absolute win, dude.
まあそこまで遊ばれた方で
It
も
will take quite some time to unlock these quests, even for players using full assist
プレ
mode.
イしなくちゃいけないんで、そこに至るまでに
By the time you get to that point, your allies, whether CPU or player controlled, should be really strong.
っていうのはすごい強くなってる状態なので、 そこはちょっと
Which means you've also put in the work, so it might be time for the training wheels to come off!
外してみて
Oh my god, I love this man!
なるほど。ありがとうござ
I
います。
love it! It's like, hey, listen, bro, time to take those fucking training wheels
思
off!
います。はい。というわけで日高さん
Standing ovation, my guy. I'ma stand up.
けれども、まあプレイヤーの皆様に
ありがとうございました。
お願いいたします。まずでは
That's what's up!
はい。はい。
That's what's up,
デ
dude!
ィレクター的なことを申しますと
I guess I'll speak from the perspective of narrative director. In this game, we designed quests to reflect residents of Zega Grande Skydom.
あの世界の中だとゼガグランデ空域のそこに住んでいる人たちが困っていることを
They'll contract your Skyfarer crew to help them with their problems, both big and small.
というものになります。あれを一つ一つは短い
Though each individual quest may feel insignificant on its own, as you continue to solve the concerns of the locals, your reputation will begin to blossom and the townsfolk reactions will change.
セリフとか反応とか変わっていきますし、
People will begin to see you as a problem solver and then start to entrust you with more and more quests.
というのでどんどん新しいクエストをみんな依頼してきてくれるようになっていくので、そのように
Everyone on the development staff has been working hard to make it so you can feel Granblue and the gravity of its story in every corner of the game.
スタッフ一同を作っておりますので、ぜひお手に取って全部を遊んで
I hope you'll pick up the game and experience everything it has to offer. Thanks for having me today.
ありがとうございました。それではリリンクスタッフさんメッセージお願いします。
Next, we'll hear from Mr. Relink
そう
Dev.
ですね。今回ディレクター陣
Where to start? So in addition to the content that the directors and I were able to show off today, there's a variety of challenging bosses, engaging playstyles, and fun quests to enjoy.
もう本当に様々なクエストがいっぱいありますと。で、初心者にも
Beginners can also dive right in, as we've included a lot of content for action game newcomers. Both hardcore and casual players will find things to love about this game.
本当に楽しんでいただければと。ただエンドコンテンツはですね
A little extra about endgame content, we've also included mini goals like defeating enemies in certain time limits.
アクションゲーム好き
I think die-hard action game fans will really enjoy trying to perfect these elements. Please give it a
お
try.
願いします。
ありがとうございます。
だから喋るときにやっぱりこう
Sorry, watching you hold up the mask every time you talk. You put up a lot to come here and deliver your message, so thank you.
本当にありがとうございまし
ありがとうございました。すごく見応えのある。
They really showed us some great gameplay.
お次はお知らせコーナーです。
Special announcements. Here it comes!
はい、細かな
Got some detailed info as well for some future plans to go over.
まずは改めて
First, let me go over some basics for Relink. Once more, Granblue Fantasy Relink will release on February 1st, 2024. The digital PlayStation versions of the game will come with early access, which starts January 29th. Next up, we have a demo releasing tomorrow. Told you guys! It'll be available to download from the PlayStation Store from midnight January 12th, Japan time. This demo is only for PS5-4, so our biggest apologies to Steam users out there. We hope you understand. Wait a minute, chronologically speaking, isn't it almost midnight right now? Yes. That's only a few hours away. I told you! I told you! Maybe our viewers will be some of the first people to play the game. There are 3 modes to play in the demo. You can try tutorial, story, and quest modes. Tutorial mode will let you practice the basic controls of the game. Whether you've played a trial version or are touching the game for the first time, it will be the best way to get comfortable with the game's controls. Story mode is exactly what it sounds like. You'll play through an introductory portion of the story, which will be almost the same as the release version. Once you're familiar with the controls, I recommend jumping in. Lastly, we have quest mode. This mode includes 3 different quests. These quests are multiplayer compatible, so grab a friend or 3 and dive in. Of course, it's also possible to play them offline using CPU-controlled allies. Compared to the story, the battles in this mode will prove to be more challenging, so have fun sinking your teeth into them. These are the characters you can play in this mode. Oh, I can't play Eugen? Damn it. No Eugen? No Percival? Fail! Can't believe you would do this to me.
気になるところ、この 前回なおちゃんが使ってたフルアシストモードっていうのは使えるんですか？
はい、使えます。
Yes, absolutely.
モードの選択
When you select the mode, there will be a prompt asking if you would like to use either assist mode, so feel free to give it a shot.
はい、使っていただければと思います。
よかった。まあそれならね、アクション苦手っていう方もね、もう気軽にスター
That's
ト
a
でき
relief.
る
This
と思う
way,
ので
action
ぜひ
newbies
ちょっ
won't
と
feel
ね
left out for all the
アシス
assist
トモー
mode
ドで
users out
やっ
there.
てみようかなっていう
Hope you'll give
方も
multiplayer a shot.
楽しんでみてほしいなと思っております。
奥義合わせてみんなでこうチェーンしたりもできてましたもんね。
Feels great to make skybound arts with others. Definitely pull your own weight so don't be intimidated.
そうですね、かっこいいアクションを
You put a lot of effort into making stylish action gameplay approachable for all skill levels, you've got nothing to worry about.
あとは体験版の
Another thing, completing the story and quest modes of the demo will net you some small bonuses for the released version of the game.
報酬がもらえるようになってます。発売までもう少し
Release is still a few weeks away, but I hope you'll play to your heart's content. Just not so much that you get bored.
もらえたらなとは思ってます。
That'd be great.
はい。まあ体験版なんでね。
This demo will be great. As we saw from today's gameplay, there'll be tons of difficult enemies to fight, so mastering the controls now seems like a good call.
まずはね、本当操作慣れる感覚で楽しんでいきましょう。はい。まあ明日からねプレイできるということなので、体験版をプレイして気に入った方はぜひそのまま製品版の購入の方もご検討ください。よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、続いて、製品版に関するお知らせです。製品版にはいくつかのエディションが
Several editions, which include item sets, say for standard physical editions.
インゲームアイテムセットっていうものが付属します。こちらの内容についてご紹介させてください。
はい。
インゲームアイテムセットの内容はこのようになっており、主人公の
Endgame item sets contain these contents: a weapon for the captain, false sword of the apocalypse, and the starter pack, and the character color packs.
主人公専用の目視録の技研ですが、
The false sword of the apocalypse comes pre-upgraded when you obtain it.
ゲーム序盤を楽に進め
It's great for anyone who wants to breeze through the first portion of the game.
武器スキン機能も
The game also features a weapon skin functions, so if you like the way it looks, you can use it as your skin too.
はい。もうだってもう馴染みのあるスキンですよ。
これもらえちゃうんかいっていう。
ね、いわゆる週末ですよね。
でも技研なんで、
なるほどね。あくまで
False version at least.
スターターアイテムパックはさっきの実機プレイのところでもお見せした、キャラクター強化や武器強化に必要なアイテムです。これも序盤が楽になる系ですね。ちなみに使わなくても詰まるようなゲームバランスにはなってないのでご安心ください。
はい。
あくまで楽になるっていうだけです。はい。最後にキャラクターカラーパックですが、こちらは、動画を用意してきましたのでこちらご覧ください。こういうことです。
This is the customization. Wow! So see, there are skins. Looks like it's just recolors though. And this is what you're getting with the special editions and whatnot. So this is probably what they're going to be charging for.
別にシングルプレイでも気分に応じて変えてもらえるようにはなってますんで。
わあ、悩ましい。わあ。
全然やっぱね、色合いで印象違いますね。
ねえ。いや、イメージ変わるから、本当好みを見つける楽しさがありますね。
結構いろんな小ネタが挟まってたりもするんで、それを探す。
パーシバルだって今のアグロバルでしたもん。
そうですね。分かりやすいやつもいます。
へえ。
はい、これらが付属しますと。次は、情報というよりこれはお問い合わせが多かった内容についてお知らせです。Steam 版と PlayStation 版のクロスプレイについてですが、こちら
It's about crossplay between Steam and whether it will be possible to play between platforms. Ooh, crossplay announcements. Though we've answered this question several times, here's the answer once more. Unfortunately, there will be no crossplay between Steam and PlayStation. RIP. Steam users can play with each other, PlayStation users can play with each other. We appreciate your understanding. That is rough.
じゃあやっぱり基本的には同じプラットフォーム上で遊んでいただくマルチプレイっていう感じになるんですね。ちなみにその PS4 と PS5 でのマルチプレイ
PS4 and PS5 can do it.
はできます。
あ、そうなんですね。
大丈夫です。
おー、よかったです。ありがとうございます。というわけでマルチプレイしたいお友達もね購入検討される場合は、事前にどちらか、プラットフォームをね選んで一緒に遊ぶっていうことをねご検討いただければと思います。はい、それではですね次の内容をお願いいたします。 配信ガイドラインについてです。
Streaming guidelines? Oh, interesting. They have guidelines for streams? I don't like that. Essentially speaking, Relink streaming guidelines will follow the same streaming guidelines of all Cygame's other titles. I've never heard about this. As we've seen a little bit with Rising, some streamers will turn off background music while going live on Twitch to avoid copyright issues, but it's fine to keep the music on. Okay. On Twitch? What about YouTube? This game has early access period. We ask streamers to warn players about spoilers, and their screamers. Yeah, this is fair. This is not a problem. Yeah, I think that's fair.
視聴者さんに配慮いただけると非常に助かります。ありがたいです。あと見る側の皆さんも
We also hope that viewers are aware that the possibility of encountering spoilers is elevated during the early access period. So if this would bother you, just be vigilant about what you're... Bro, massive respect to these developers for being so aware of spoilers, bro. Bro, these dudes are based as fuck. God damn. Respect. Be mindful when posting comments, everybody. Yep. Dude, I appreciate that. Let's move on to our next point. Update schedule. By the way, team, remember if you're enjoying the stream, do hit that like button. Helps out a lot. Thank you. Previously scheduled during last month's Granblue Fans. We'll be supporting the game with new content 1 month after Relink's release.
これも結構ご質問いただく内容なんですが、グラブルと聞くとやっぱりストーリーとかキャラクターをどんどん追加していくゲームなんでしょみたいなイメージを抱かれる方が多いみたいなんですが、リリンクはライブサービス型のゲームではありませんというのをちょっと言わせてください。リリンクパッケージ単体で完成しているものと思っていただきたいですし、アップデートの内容とかスケジュールも
Expanding the base game with extra content for players who want more out of the game.
本体をやり込んだ方向けの拡張コンテンツが追加されていきます。とはいえ発売後の例えばアップデート配信のタイミングでリリンク
Of course, we know some players will play Relink after we've already made updates to the game. Currently making plans to help them get the most out of the update content as well.
じゃあアップデートをきっかけにこれから遊んでみようかなっていう方ももしかしたらいるかもしれないですね。
そうですね。やっぱ発売日に買ったけど忙しくアップデート配信までにやり込めてないっていう方でも
Everyone who buys the game on launch then gets busy. Okay, so they expanded content. We want all players to get a good impression the moment they buy the game, so they've thought about how to accelerate their experience to get to all the content they want to play. Okay, so they're going to do catch-up mechanics. That out of the way, here's what we planned for our first update. This is Seofen, I think, right? No, Lucilius? Oh, that's a boss. And they're all dead. That was total wipeout. Good job.
はい、そんなわけで、アップデート第1弾超高難度クエストルシファー戦が追加となり
You guessed that our first update will be releasing Lucilius? Early March. Compared to the other endgame fight we saw, he dealt so much more damage. Who knew we'd get to see a beefy boss like Lucilius before the game's even released? Looks like they might have a robust plan to update the game. It is one of the most challenging quests in the game, which means it'll take a lot of preparation to take down. We thought everyone could start getting ready for him while we're playing through the game. Wonder just what happens in the story for Lucilius to appear. This fight isn't a part of Relink's storyline, of course, but it's more of a simulation of the final showdown with Lucilius from 000. Maybe Kaji could tell you on the concept a little bit better.
そうですね。
For starters, the impossible difficulty Lucilius from mobile Granblue has all the elements of a challenging RPG fight.
まあ RPG 的な高難易度っていうところだったと思うんですけど、まあ今回リリンクの方
We
では
want to take those elements and translate them into Relink's brand of action, all while recreating the animations and badass vibe of the original.
再現しつついい演出、かっこいい演出、取り込みつつ、アクションゲームとして本気で歯応えがあるコンテンツとして、まあ、仕上がったかなと思います。
I think we're successful in producing something action game fanatics will really be able to sink their teeth into.
様にもご期待ください。確実に、高難易度なので。
We're not lying when we say it's challenging, it's extremely
そう
tough.
ですよね。
パラロス食らってましたけれどもね、他の演出模様ものすごい演出がね。
そうですね。
ねえ、いやでもファーさんに会いたいから頑張るよ。
I'm gonna grind so I can meet
だ
Lucilius.
って頑張らないと、そう。で、ファーさんに会えないだろうから。
ぜひぜひ。
ねえ、うわー、これはやり込まないといけないことが確定しました。
で次に、アップデート第2弾
Next, here's our second update.
第2弾では
We'll be adding Seofen and Taewin as of the Eternals as playable characters.
こちらは、4月頃の配信を予定しております。
The demo is PlayStation only, yes. Exciting, April just around the corner from the release date.
まあ、ファーさんと遊んでたら
Feels like they'll come out as everyone masters the fight with Lucilius. Hoping I'm ready to take down Lucilius after a few mere months. Better put in the work. But these illustrations are beautiful, and after everything else we've seen, I'm excited to see how they play. Bet they'll have some super flashy moves. Been trying them out during test plays myself, and I have to say, their effects stand apart from the rest of the crew.
確実に違った気合が入って
今でも十分ね気合も
他のキャラも十分すごいんですけど、やっぱり全キャラクター作り
Is this a full price game? Yes. Every character looks and feels great, but after the experience of finishing the base roster, it's amazing to see how much our team has improved.
ご期待ください。
They're gonna be so cool. Expect nothing less for the Eternals.
かなり10点集感はあると思います。
楽しみ。
まあ今ご紹介したアップデート内容
That's it for our update schedule, so it shakes out like this.
まあ3月上旬に
Lucilius drops early March, Seofen and Taewin in April, and one more thing in May.
のがまあ現在予定
That's everything we currently have
い
planned.
ずれもご期待ください。
There's a lot to look forward to. I'd expect some more.
月5月まではアップデートが確定しているということで、すごく楽しみですね。
I think the game is going to be very popular.
次のお知らせお願いいたします。
On to our next announcement. Granblue Fantasy Relink original soundtrack will go on sale March 13th.
に発売されます。
わ
現在好評予約受付中となっております。リリンクの楽曲がすべて収録されており、
Soundtrack includes every song recorded for Relink, which comes out to 6 CDs. Now Rurikhan puts his blood, sweat, and tears into his production.
カラッカラになってないかな。
Worked himself to the bone. Someone go check in on him.
曲数総曲数というか。
これは140
140 songs?
そらカラッカラなるわ。
本当ですね。
まあ曲名つけるのも結構大変でしたが、まあプレイした後にその聞いたり、まあライナーノーツ見ていただけると、まあゲーム音楽ならではの鑑賞
The updates are free,
じゃ
yes.
ないかなとは思います。
140超えすごいですね。なかなかないですね。
Bro, the more I see about this game, the more excited I get, dude.
大変っておっしゃってたから、そのタイトルもやっぱり気になるところですよね。
曲のタイトル。
そう、ストーリーとかに沿ってのそのシーンに使われている楽曲は、あ、このタイトルなるほどねっていう。
なのでなるべくまあゲーム
I'd like players to finish the game first. Some of the song titles can be a little bit spoilery. It's fair warning. I love the fact that he's so conscientious of spoilers, dude. I love that.
グランブルーファンタジー VS ライジングのようですけれども。
はい、これはですね
Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising, the fighting game we just released last month, will be getting id as a lobby avatar.
ロビーアバターが登場します。
おー、早速。
こちらは
It's like a
リリンク
crossover.
を遊んでいただくと GBVSR 側で
Play Relink to unlock him in Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising.
すごい、そんなね、バーサスとリリンクのコラボっていうのがあるんですね。
はい、
これはなんかそういうセーブデータで連動するとかそういうタイプですか？
そうですね。まあリリンクのセーブデータが、保存されていればJBVSR 側で 入手できるようになってます。
うん
ちなみにその新コードとか関係ないので、少しでもリリンク起動して遊んでいただければそれで OK です。
へえ。いやまだ発売前なんで井戸がどんなキャラクターなのか
そうです
PV 上でしか知らないんじゃないですか。
そうですよね。
ね
うん
なのでバーサスライジングの方でどういう風に喋ってくれるのかもちょっとまだね未知数なので
Granblues?
こちらもね
Granblue
グラバトの方でも使えるということなので楽しみにしましょう。
はい
はい。それでは次のお知らせお願いします。
はい、1月21日、28日
Voice of Jita will be joining us on January 21st and 28th episodes of Granblue TV channel.
28日の放送の方では、金本さんにリリンクのゲームプレイ
Kanemoto will test out some
を
Relink
挑戦
gameplay
ご
herself.
覧いただければと思います。
はい。まさかねグランとジータがね
ね
揃う会ということで。
嬉しかったですね。
嬉しかった。ゴコマもすごいね楽しみにしていただければと。
確かに
そういえば
見ていただきたい。
ね
ならではという感じなので、
うん
ぜひ見ていただきたいです。
はいよろしくお願いいたします。福原さんありがとうございました。以上リリンクお知らせコーナーでした。
That's it for our Relink announcement
こ
corner.
こまでお送りしてきましたグラブルショーケース
That was it for Granblue Showcase Relink Part 2. It's time to say our goodbyes.
はい
それでは皆様に感想を
Before we go, let's hear some final comments from our panel.
はい。改めてここまでご覧いただいた皆さんありがとうございました。
Thanks to the viewers. Thanks to you guys watching this live stream. So many of you showed up. I appreciate you. Love y'all. Please hit that like button. It really helps me out. Thank you. Release day is getting closer, and personally speaking, things are starting to feel real. We've seen all sorts of gameplay, from casual to hardcore, everything in between. Though we've only experienced a glimpse of the game, my hype is off the charts, and I hope yours is too. Hells yeah, dude.
ありがとうございます。そうですね。まあでも
Demo is coming out in 4 hours, golly. We've learned this game will be very approachable for action game beginners.
やすいタイトルだなっていうのも分かっていただけましたし、あとやっぱりエンド
There's no shortage of challenging and rewarding gameplay, with even Lucilius himself making an appearance.
最後まさかのファーさんが登場していたり、もう原作ファンも嬉しい。
I also felt there's plenty to enjoy for both Granblue fans and newcomers alike.
ゲームになっているんだなっていうのは改めて感じました。本当にリリンク私もね心待ちにしていましたし、
Been looking forward to Relink for a long time, as I'm sure our viewers have. Bro, I've been following the game since 2017. It's about goddamn time. If you're able to play the demo, please play it and spread the word. Thank you very much.
伝えていただきたいなと思っております。ありがとうございました。それでは梶さんお願いいたします。
はい、本日は、ゲーム内容について細かく
I hope I was able to provide more detailed explanations of the game today.
遊びやすさ
We've worked very hard to make Relink approachable while filling it to the brim with challenging and endgame
とこ
content.
ろでボリュームっていうのもかなり用意されたゲームになっていると思います。時間をかけ
For all time we've spent in development, I think we've made something special that will satisfy our expectant fans.
ゲームに仕上がったと思います。明日から、デモ版、配信されますので、そちらの
Demo comes out tomorrow, so please give it a shot. Let us know what you think. Thank you.
いただければと思います。よろしくお願いします。
梶さんありがとうございます。それでは最後に福原さんお願いいたします。
はい、
It's been a long time since we first announced Relink, but we finished the game and the release date is around the corner.
ようやく完成しまして発売日迎えることができそうです。開発
Along with Kaji and Hidaka, we directors have been committed to quality since development began.
3人のこだわりすごい詰まってますし、あとサイゲームス
Also represents the first game that Cygames console division began working on.
であったんですけど、自信を持って
I believe we've created an amazing action game to be proud of.
お出しできる出来になったかなと思ってます。
Relink itself is a bold step for Cygames console titles, as now our players will know what kind of quality to expect from us.
リリンク自体がなってるかなと思いますんで、明日の
Demo comes out tomorrow, so please play it, and if you end up liking it, consider making a purchase.
購入検討いただきたいですし、その後のタイトル
We have other events and titles in the Granblue universe, including Rising and the 10th anniversary of Mobile Granblue. We hope you'll have fun with them too.
思ってますんで、はい、よろしくお願いします。はい、本日はありがとうございました。
Thank you for watching, everyone.
改めましてグランブルーファンタジーリリンクは2月
Releases February 1st.
発売になります。さらにこの後
Demo drops at midnight tonight. Please check it out.
されますのでぜひ皆さんプレイしてみてください。というわけで最後まで
Thanks for
ご視聴
watching.
ありがとうございました。バイバイ。
Okay, so team, I've already set up another live stream for later today. Assuming that the demo is a worldwide release, that would mean that it releases at around in about 4 hours, a little bit less. So we're going to be starting a stream in about 3 hours. This stream is already set up. This stream will automatically redirect you to the next one, which currently has the wrong thumbnail. I'll fix that right after this broadcast. And I need to get out of here and go home to go get my PlayStation because my PlayStation's at home. I need to bring it over to the studio so that I can play it. Assuming it releases around that time. We shall see. So thank you all very much for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the stream, hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all of that jazz. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong. Stay safe. Peace out.